Okay, pretty typical team. Probably starts with a Dominus. I could start with a Nightshade Sproutling. I think it's better if I start with a Pilchard a little bit. Pilchard's not very good versus the Idol. Yeah, I think I think it's better. Chances I can win if I get some AoE damage into him. Nightshade Sproutling's a little better into Anomalous, but he's also better versus these two pets, so let's burn down Anomalous real quick. Unfortunately, his other pets are slower than me after I lose my Flag Racial, so... he never got his Poison Protocol out, so that's good. How do I use my Deathwatch Hatchling here? Maybe I can try to 1v1 the Idol. Once he doesn't have Sandstorm, the Deathwatch Hatchling is definitely the weak link here versus this guy. These other pets are super solid. S tier pets, he's just like a medium A tier, I'd say. I think I want to bring in... I think I want to bring in the Deathwatch here. Let's go for a leap. Okay. I think I want to go for... Could either stun him or I could Wood Chipper. I think Wood Chipper's a little better. I'll probably go for a decoy. Oh, what if he has Explode? I've actually randomly seen a lot of MPDs with Explode recently. He totally has it. Okay. It doesn't kill me. Can my Nightshade 1v1 the Idol? Well, let's go for a Clobber. Okay. Faster without leap. That's really helpful. I think I want to go for... Don't see a reason not to get that bleed rolling quickly. And then let's hit him with one more leap before he kills our Deathwatch Hatchling. That Idol's pretty low HP, so I think my Nightshade should be able to 1v1 him unless he, like, wins a bunch of mind games and crits via Sandstorm. Wondering why he runs Explode. It's a weird choice for sure. Is he AFK? Oh, okay. I think he knows that he should lose, maybe. Nope, he's just... Oh, he's trying to demolish. Okay, weird. Well, so this guy likes to run idols with Demolish and MPDs with Explode. That means I don't need... Let's see, 280. Yeah, he's dead. I don't need... that just wasted time. I don't need a Decoy Breaker, but I feel like I've played this guy a couple days ago, and he was running Decoy some games, so I think he just swaps between Decoy and Explode, or maybe there's two MPDs, but regardless, tough team to beat, especially if he's running the right abilities. And if he lands those demolishes, he's actually harder to beat than if he's running Crush, because usually I can bring in my beasts versus the idol and have a decent chance, but that's not going to work if he just one-shots me with what do you call it? Demolishes. I'm thinking maybe Rattlejaw. So normally I'd run Rattlejaw to like break Decoy, but he runs Explode, so maybe I don't need that. I think I'll just play a strong team since he's playing a strong team. I feel like I'm likely to get him again. Let's try. This team looks like it'll do well into him. It's a really strong team. Okay, we got the rematch. So he starts with Anomalous. I can either start with the MPD or Jingles. Since he's running Demolish, normally I might start with the MPD. I think, well, actually, so he runs Toxic Fumes. Oh, he swapped to the TCS. Well, I think I'll start with Jingles. And, let's go for Booby Trap Presence. That feels good. I'm pretty sure this 2v2 beats this 2v2 pretty consistently, especially with a Booby Trap Presence, so let's go for that. And then he's going to probably burn down Jingles before I can get off a Gift of Winter Veil into these guys, so I think it's fine if I just go for Gift right away. Unless he's weird and swaps, so I don't expect that as likely. Alright, so we're going to trade pets here. He's going to have a little bit of an advantage because he got lots of AoE, but I also have a Beast Racial Minefield, so that's 690 damage somebody has to eat. If I was him, I would probably eat it on the TCS because the idol's going to be slightly more useful versus something's lagging. Okay, he is AFK maybe? Maybe I'll try to pick a team that isn't as strong as this so that he doesn't AFK. But I also don't want to lose because he's playing pretty try-hard pets. Too bad he's AFKing. Because I'd be curious. I feel like his team might still be able to beat mine. It's a really, like, I don't know, the Twilight Clutch Sister is not as OP as he used to be, but you don't want to underestimate him. He can still get a lot done. Okay, so he's going for a dodge. Yeah. I don't really want to give him... I think passing is in my best interest. Because what I can do here is bring in the MPD and decoy that Dragon Racial. And then a Living Sandling versus Anubis Idol is a pretty even matchup. But I'd say slightly it slightly favors the Sandling, especially since I'm running Punch. I don't have the weaker damage attack. So I'm thinking about going for Breath to kill him. It's actually unlucky. Well, it's good and it's bad. So I still have decoy up, but I kind of wanted to like. It's neither good nor bad. It's just fine. Let's go for a Thunderbolt. Maybe he'll deflection. If he deflections, that's good because it's buying me an extra. Okay, he used Sandstorm but a decoy. I'm starting to get a little bit less scared of this guy, but I can still definitely lose just because of how strong his pets are. He runs deflection, and I think he's running demolish. Yeah, so even if he lands demolishes versus my living sandling, should be just fine. We got the deflection, so now I could just kill him with quicksand sandstorm. Oh, he landed a deflection. Good thing I have an elemental. But even if he had crashed, the living sandling probably wins this 1v1, depending on how good he is at timing his deflection. Because if he can deflection like sandstorm, he can probably still beat me. He does have the speed advantage. Oh, we got a crit. Alright. Well, Do I have any teams that aren't so OP that can have a chance? We could try the MPD again. Rattlejaw. I think this so it would be a similar matchup here with the ambusher. We would just trade the ambusher for the If he's running the Twilight Clutch Sister, I feel like this team might be able to beat him. I'm not confident. Queued up. We'll see how it goes. If he's running the MPD, it'd be nice to have Bone Barrage in case he switches back to Decoy, because I think sometimes he does run Decoy. Not sure if any of these other teams can do okay. Maybe, so I'm thinking maybe Primal Stormling. Primal Stormling, because he's faster than, well, he's not fast in the MPD, but right now he's running Twilight Clutch Sister. Maybe like a Sandstorm build. Okay, I feel like this team should generally beat him. It's RNG though. And he is playing good pets, but these are even more obnoxious. Kind of, yeah. Bone Serpent's pretty obnoxious. He is good versus idols though. Alright, so we have a Direhorn Runt, Anomalous, HH Harvester. I think this guy runs extra plating. Metal Fist. I'm going to start with the Arachnid Ambusher, and then hopefully I win this 2v2. But I don't know if I do. I think he wins the 2v2. But I don't really want to save this versus the Mechanical. I'm hoping he goes for Toxic Fumes right away. He did, so now I can actually go for Devour the Weak. I could wait till I have my Beast Racial, but it's not really necessary. Alright, so now I can hit somebody with the Toxic Fumes pretty hard. Although he might try Horn Charge and kill me first. He'd have to crit me. Well, let's see if he... If I was him, I would just go for the Primal Cry. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, he missed. That's good. It feels like I might have a chance because of that 15%. Oh, I died at the dot, though. Okay, so how fast is he? 252. He's still faster than these two. Maybe I go for the MPD. It seems like the correct choice so that I can give my Rattlejaw 2 corpses to eat. I'm thinking we go for Decoy, and maybe I can get off a second Decoy. If I get off a second Decoy, I feel like I might have a chance. Ah, got the stun. Alright, maybe he'll miss again? That would be nice. Oh, nice. That's given me a huge chance to win that he missed 2 Trihorn charges. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure I just lose. Okay, thinking... Probably go for... Is there any possibility to get off a second Thunderbolt? It might be better for me to just go for Breath and hope that I high roll. So he's gonna go for the... Yeah, I'm going for the Thunderbolt. Because what he's gonna do here... Oh, what? That was a throw. He should have went for the Horn attack. Okay. Yeah, because now... Okay. Well, I got super lucky and he misplayed there. He should have went for the Horn attack and then had the priority move to kill me. But he put his priority move on cooldown. And missed. He actually missed 3 times. Alright, well, Dire Horns are tough. I'm thinking Delver. Delver could be good. Because I'm queuing into... Delver's good versus MPD because you have the Decoy Breaker if they have Decoy. He's good versus Anomalous because you can swap him out. And he's obviously great versus... Did I play this team earlier? I played a Nightshade Sproutling team. It wasn't this team, though. Let's, damn, this team is actually farming 14-0. I'm liking this team better than these teams because I run batter on these teams. I guess I could just swap to Missile. But versus Direhorns, Missile's obviously going to be a little bit better because a lot of the time he's going to be outspeeding me or using Trihorn Charge, and that messes with my damage. feel like versus what I'm fighting, this will be a pretty decent team. Let's see what we get. We got a triple power team. I have speed. Okay, so who wins, speed or power? I think start with the Nightshade regardless. Okay, he's gonna try to... I thought he would start with Little Ragnaros, so I was gonna try to blind the trap. I could still try to blind him, though. Because he's likely to go for a big cooldown here, unless he's smart. Yeah, so we blind the darkness. Then I can, if he stays in, hit him really hard with darkness. Then I want to save my Nightshade Sproutling for sure. I'm thinking he might go for an Elementium Bolt. So I probably want to bring in the Snapdragon, and then he can die to it, Call Darkness. If I don't miss. So I can kill him, and then go for a dive. Also, I think dive hits him through Sons of the Flame. I can't remember, but I think so. So let's go for the Call Lightning. Hopefully don't miss. Okay, he's saving his Deathwing for later. I probably would sacrifice him, but we missed anyway, so that worked out. Let's go for the dive so we don't get stunned. Oh, we missed a Soul Rush too. Haven't taken point of damage yet, so this is a good start. But I did miss my Call Lightning, so not super duper happy about that. Okay, we do have a mechanical to take weak damage from his attacks here, so let's go ahead and take that swap. And we have lightning also to take advantage of, so this is just going really well. If he brings in Little Ragnaros, I can swap him. And I suspect he won't juke. I've been wrong before. Not this time, though. So we bring back in the matchup we want, and then he has his cooldown, so I think he might stay in. I'm just going to go for damage. And if he swaps to Little Ragnaros, it's a tough one. I'm not loving the idea of staying in on Mr. Delver versus Little Ragnaros. I'm thinking build turret is... I think it's fine. Okay, yeah, he brings in Little Ragnaros, so... Okay, well, I should probably save this guy for later. I think I'm going to bring in the Snapdragon. Don't think he's all that useful versus the magic pet, so if the trap goes off on him, it's not the end of the world. And if he goes underneath here, and the trap doesn't go off, I think he's dead, because I'm pretty sure dive will still hit him. Let's find out. Totally does. Alright. So Sons of the Flame does still attack me, but he's dead. I think I'm okay now, but I do have a trap to deal with. It'd be super great if it just went off right now. Because then I don't have to deal with the stun, I'm just dead. That trap is stressing me out. And I'm dead to Sons of the Flame. Okay. Well... I think it's strong damage versus Mr. Delver, but if it goes off on him, I think Nightshade Sproutling 1v2 is no problem. Thinking... Go for the missile, in case the trap doesn't go off. So that'll kill him. And then he dies in like 2 attacks, so let's just go for missiles. Should be game over now. I mean, darkness is out so I can miss, but if the trap goes off, I'm just dead insta. If it doesn't, it's probably dead, yeah. So if I missed there, the trap could have went off on my Nightshade Sproutling, and maybe I could have lost, but yeah, it looked like it was in a pretty good spot. I think I'll play for one more win, and then call it for the video. What should I play? Right now, lots of anomalous idols, MPDs, Twilight Clutch Sister. Hmm, not sure what to play. Played Nightshade Sproutling twice. He's really good, but maybe I'll try to pick something else. Not get carried by this OP pet. Or maybe I'll just play him again. I like him a lot. Is this team really 4-0? I thought I lost with it. Don't remember what to, but I feel like I remember losing with this team. So I have two weather changers. I just played with this combo. Maybe I'll try to pick something else. I do like this combo a lot. It's nice to have two weather changers. And these pets are just really solid, like fast pets. Um, but they aren't like super fast. So if I queue into like Jingles or something, I'm in a lot of trouble. To play Mathematics. The idol. The idol will just give us, yeah, idol's an anomalous, and I like the team. I don't think it will win versus what I am queuing into now. Do I play Own Grinders? It doesn't have a lot of speed. Okay, how about, here's another one of my favorite pets. Play the Blazehound. It's good versus MPDs. Not great, but obviously strong matchup versus mechanicals in general. I could play my own trap, because that trap was stressing me out last game. Heartseeker Moth, Buttercup. Not sure. So if I queue into Anubis Sath, only played this team twice. Maybe I'll just play it, and if it loses, I'll try to pick another team. Seems like a decent team. We got a dodge for the Aluminium Bolt. Blazehound's great versus MPD and Anomalous in particular, because he's faster. You can swap him out. They can't juke it into Anomalous, since it brings in the high health pet. Trap's really strong, and then we can buff our Blazehound with Call Winter. The only thing I'm not loving about this team is the fact that I do have two stuns, which could DR each other, but it's probably okay. Maybe See, I like this combo apparently a lot. I put it with the helpful workshop bot. I think I'll stick with the Heartseeker Moth though. Workshop bot's gonna have a really bad matchup versus like Ragnaros, and if I queue into Blossoming Ancient, he's useless. Because he has a weather changer, but the elemental ignores it, so my attacks versus elementals do like 100 damage, like 130 or something. Since there's no way for me um to burn them with this team. Buttercup has a similar issue versus elementals. They aren't chilled by Call Blizzard or Call of Winter. And so you only have the 25% chance to stun him with Deep Freeze, but he's still really solid. Very fast pet. I just remembered that idol runs Demolish, so maybe a beast isn't a good idea. Normally, I like to play beasts with weathers versus idols, but then if he lands one Demolish on Buttercup, I'm just instantly dead. At least I have the elemental here for taking weak damage.
Listens, waits, no light bloom. This stranger should offer trade or leave.
Maybe I'll keep rethinking about teams and questing. Because Because I'm not convinced this team will do great versus, like, say, Anomalous MPD Idol. I'm hoping I can get some variety, maybe something else, because that's a little boring. Oh yeah, what was that other thing? The other pet, the Primal Stormling. I probably should make more pets with this team. So this team is really strong. Apparently it's 12-1, but I don't remember what team beat it. So that actually could be 13-0. It's possible that that loss was just Rematch bugging out and counting like them forfeiting as a loss, which it does a lot. Got Kelpfin and Jingles. Kelpfin is... he's fun. I don't know if he's good enough to beat what I'm queuing into right now. Maybe if I got that last guy again. Got Poda. Poda versus the Idol with Demolish is scary. Oh, Cobbleshell actually could be great versus like Little Ragnaros. What was the other pet he was using? Servant of Demidos. I can't get stunned by Servant. Did I play this team in the last video? I feel like I did. This is the team I was looking at that I was like, yeah, that would probably have a pretty solid matchup versus this team, or this team in particular, the MPD version. And it should do maybe even better versus the Twilight Clutch Sisters inside of Darkness. Okay, got 2 Undeads and Anomalous. I don't know if I can beat 2 Undeads with my team. Generally, it turns into draws or... let's see here. I'm gonna start with Blazehound. If he jukes, he can't bring an Anomalous, so that's good. As far as matchups go, I probably want... well, let's go ahead and use our ability. So that brings in the Gruesome Belcher, which is... I want to level up mine. I used to play with this pet a lot because I feel like it's a fun pet. Really good stats for an undead. Doesn't waste any stats on speed. Probably goes for, I think he runs Sludge Belt, Empowering Strikes. It's usually the moveset. Okay, Trap. Trap is pogging out. Good job, Trap. He probably brings an Anomalous. I'm thinking about swapping. It feels like the correct move is to stay in and attack. Just because this team has a lot of damage. It'll probably be a close game, which means I could easily throw if I try to swap too much. So, yeah, we got a high end and a crit. So, yeah, staying in paid off because he could have survived if we got low ends. Honestly, I think he should have just stayed in on his Gruesome Belcher. Right now, we're ahead by like 2 turns because we swapped him out, and then he swapped out when the trap went off. Actually, we might be ahead by 3 turns. Might be too far ahead to lose, but my team doesn't have a lot of health, so fortunately, I don't have to worry about using Dazzling Dance ever. I'm going to stay in on my Blazehound and looks like just 1v3 him. We can get off another trap. That'll be a huge problem for him. I'm assuming he has Corpse Explosion. And then let's just stay in our Blazehound. That trap could always go off and save us. I think we die here. Alright. That is... that is not mechanical damage, although it looks like it. Let's just go for Call of Winter. It only buffs my attacks, not his. He doesn't have any elemental. Oh, we're going to have a Beast Racial. This is going to hurt. Let's go for it. Now, unfortunately, it also puts him on DR, so if the trap goes off, it won't stun him. I kind of want to save Buttercup for later. I think it's a draw. Fortunately, he has the HH and not the SS, so I don't need Dazzling Dance, but yeah, he's going to be able to change my weather is the big problem. At least I have a trap. I have a trap down, so as long as I don't... Well, he might be able to time a liftoff, actually. Let's go for a Dust Cloud. We avoid a Call Darkness, that's good. If that trap doesn't go off, he might be able to avoid it with liftoff. Oh, there's the trap, okay. As long as I don't miss, I think we can win this, because he doesn't have his weather changer now, which means as long as he doesn't, like, triple land bone barrages on Buttercup, I can change the weather and then stun him on his undead round. Or can I? He'll be on resilience, won't he? Well, as long as we land this, we should be in the clear. Okay, we landed it. I think he might actually have Death and Decay, but yeah, he does. Alright. Yeah, and we can just dodge to survive his undead round. RNG, like, really pulled through for us on that game, and we still barely won just because he has two really solid undead pets, and then Anomalous is really strong, so I feel like this team probably doesn't win maybe the majority of the time versus that guy. This team probably does. This team's pretty RNG. I feel like... So in this matchup, it's probably about 50-50. Because he has two undeads and I only have one, and this really isn't a great way for me to take advantage of my speed. I might be better off running an HH Bone Serpent versus that guy. But I think that was my 5th win, so I'm gonna end the video for there. Maybe I'll queue some more later. Kind of hoping for some more variety later on. Interesting teams, but kind of typical. My typical average meta, I'd say. Idols, lots of anomalous. Bone Serpents, Direhorns. Which the Nightshade Sproutling is fantastically good versus all of them. But I don't want to just play the Nightshade Sproutling all day. So, yeah, I think I'll call it for now. Do some more later. We'll see you on the next one.